Hello, guys. Right now, you are catching me as I am catching probably one of my best ideas on tape as it's happening. I missed a lot of things in my life, but this is a project that I'm working on the heels of talking to both of my parents on realizing that me being so close to a gym and being free all day and having access to all of this information that, as their son, I want to see them live a healthy life and a long life. And you have to excuse this deep. I'm working on organization, and this is some of my seeds and my flour, different things like that. But yeah, in short, I feel like I owe it to my parents to um, give them the opportunity to have lasting health and to experience what it feels like to be healthy and full of vitality and different things like that. So, nonetheless, back to the project. How mason jars can save America. One of the biggest things is that nearly every American is severely dehydrated. On top of that, because it is a repeated act, it is chronic, thus making America in a state of chronic dehydration. Chronic dehydration is a precursor to chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a precursor to a lot of known issues: diabetes, heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's. When you think about it, also, taking it deeper, chronic inflammation also affects the gut, which studies show that good microbiome health, meaning the arena of your gut, can reduce a lot of issues in health. But nonetheless, you have chronic glucose overload and chronic inactivity. Most people don't have a problem doing things that are necessary for their health, but today, in our capitalistic society, everybody wants to make a profit, thus making everybody seek out the things that help them the most. Well, in my theory, with these four states of chronic health issues, no free advertisement for the HTC there. The first step that we need to look at is hydrating. Water is the ultimate act of self-love. The only reward for water is health. There is no taste reward for water, which makes it, as I said, an act of self-love. When we put the self as the most important thing in life, amazing things can happen. They say that we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. And then once you do that, you can, start making change. Anyway, so back to the idea of how mason jars can save America. The biggest thing is system building, okay? My birthday is August 30th. I share that birthday with the esteemed Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is an amazing person because he's built a thought process that is a system to find value in companies and to create further value in those companies by adding the components to allow them to flourish. Okay? So I feel like I'm a special, highly capable individual. With that, I realize that people don't have a problem doing things that are good for them as long as they don't have to work to do them. So, here in front of you, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 glasses of water. These are 16 ounces. So if you split them into half, this is 8 cups of water. 2, 4, 6, 8. This is what they recommend you drink. This is 128 ounces, combining the two. So, the reason that they're in mason jars is because, if you can see, opening the cap is very easy, okay, and you have a wide mouth. In order to drink this, as such, I drank quite a bit in one gulp versus one gulp out of a bottle. First off, the bottle of water is heavy. This is 1.5 liters, so 50 ounces of water. Okay, one honest gulp. Look how little water I took out of that. Merely anything. So as you can see, one gulp out of a mason jar can give you much more water. Also, having the adequate amount of water that you need to drink in front of you allows you to create your own system in how you can drink the water. Okay, for me, these 3 can be done before 11 in the morning. These 3 can be done after lunch, say from 2 to whatever. This one can be used during a workout. This one can be used, let's say, an hour before dinner. And this one can be used for right before bed. Yeah, you'll learn to not pee a lot. That's one thing that we do have to talk about. Consuming this much water naturally, you're going to be urinating a lot. Science says that you should be urinating 7 to 10 times a day. That's healthy excretion of toxic material in your body that builds up in the lymphatic system, which is basically the river of the human body. And most people are experiencing high drought. And yes, in high drought, the wildebeest migrate. And once the wildebeest migrate, then the lions feast. Once the lions feast, then the vultures eat and the hyenas eat. So, yeah, that's what happens when you have damp rivers. But this is what's going on in our body, similar to what's going on in nature, how it plays out. So, back to the issue, mason jars can save America because, as I laid out, there I have 128 ounces of water, which is very adequate to reverse dehydration. And to be successful, this should be done for 4 consecutive days before one can really consider themselves adequately hydrated. And then once you get to that point, then you can start to incorporate this system on a daily basis. And as you become more trained, then you can revert back to the bottle because you can handle more responsibility. But until then, you should knock them off one mason jar at a time for a plan to succeed. Remember, these 3 can be done before 11 a.m. These can be done after lunch. These can be done between dinner and bed. And this can be done with workout in the 30 minutes of exercise that we should be doing every day. That is a separate issue. Until next time, thank you.